What if the answer to your broken sleep was not a pill, but a humble piece of ginger used the right way? Studies show that more than 70% of adults over 60 experience this problem, and most believe it is simply a normal part of aging. But the truth is, waking up again and again is not just exhausting, it quietly steals away. Your deep sleep weakens your memory and even increases the risk of dangerous falls during late night trips to the bathroom. Today, I am going to show you how a simple ginger method, trusted by seniors in both the United States and India, can gently calm your bladder and help you sleep through the night. This is not a pill, not a complicated diet, but a natural approach that works with your body's own rhythm. Before we begin, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Where are you watching this video, and what time is it right now? Please share in the comments below, because I truly enjoy knowing when and where my friends are listening. And if you find value in this message, remember to click like and subscribe so you never miss the next helpful tip designed especially for older adults. So stay with me. In just a few moments, you will discover how this everyday spice used in kitchens from New York to New Delhi may be the missing key to your peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. Why so many seniors wake up to pee at night? As we grow older, the body goes through changes that are not always obvious, yet they quietly shape the way we sleep. One of the most important changes is a gradual decline in a hormone called vasopressin, which normally signals the kidneys to slow urine production during nighttime rest. When this hormone becomes weaker, the kidneys continue filtering at almost the same pace they do during the day, leaving the bladder to fill more quickly. At the same time, the bladder itself grows more sensitive, with age often sending strong wake-up signals even when it holds only half the amount it once did. For many older adults, this combination feels like a cruel trick. Your mind is ready to rest, but your body insists otherwise, leaving you tired, frustrated, and less steady the next morning. In the United States, this challenge shows up in small but familiar ways. A grandmother in Ohio may enjoy 2 tall glasses of iced tea with her evening meal, believing it keeps her hydrated, only to find herself up at midnight and again at 3. A grandfather in Arizona might sit down after dinner with a big glass of cold water, thinking it will ease his digestion, but instead, it fills his bladder right as he is drifting into the deepest stage of sleep. Many seniors quietly blame themselves, thinking they did something wrong or worse, believing it is simply the price of aging. Yet, the truth is more hopeful. By adjusting the timing and amount of evening fluids, they can protect both their rest and their independence. Even small choices like sipping water earlier in the day or replacing that late glass with just a few ounces can make nights much more peaceful. In India, the pattern often looks different but leads to the same restless outcome. Older adults there may take comfort in a steaming cup of masala chai at 9 in the evening or a warm glass of haldi milk before bed, believing it soothes the body. Others finish dinner with a light rasam or watery dal traditions meant to calm digestion and provide comfort. While these rituals carry deep cultural meaning, they also quietly add fluid to the bladder at exactly the wrong time. A 72-year-old in Kerala may wake at 2 in the morning, not realizing that her beloved spiced tea is the reason her sleep is cut short. A grandfather in Delhi may climb out of bed at 3, rubbing tired eyes because his nightly soup fills his bladder when the body most needs stillness. Recognizing this link does not mean giving up cherished habits, but rather shifting them earlier in the evening, perhaps by enjoying tea before sunset or keeping soups to lunchtime. So, dear listener, nighttime urination is not an inevitable punishment of age. It is a signal, sometimes gentle, sometimes insistent, that the body now asks for new rhythms. By learning these rhythms and adjusting small habits, you can reclaim the long, uninterrupted nights of rest that bring clarity, energy, and hope to each new morning. Ginger and sleep. The Science Bay. When most people think of ginger, they picture a familiar kitchen spice, perhaps used for flavoring cookies, teas, or curries. Yet, hidden inside this humble root are two powerful compounds called gingerol and shogaol, which scientists have studied for their calming and healing effects. These compounds act as natural anti-inflammatories, gently soothing tissues that may be irritated, including the lining of the bladder. They also relax smooth muscles, the very muscles that control bladder contractions, reducing the sudden urges that wake so many older adults at night. At the same time, ginger influences the nervous system, lowering the intensity of signals that travel from the bladder to the brain. For seniors who lie awake in frustration after yet another bathroom trip, this quiet calming effect can feel like a gentle hand reminding the body to rest rather than respond to every small sensation. Beyond its effect on the bladder, ginger has long been valued for the way it supports digestion, which plays an important role in nighttime comfort. As we age, the stomach and intestines slow down, often leading to bloating, gas, or heaviness after dinner. This extra pressure on the abdomen can easily spill over onto the bladder, creating the feeling of fullness even when it is not. Ginger helps by stimulating digestive enzymes, reducing gas, and keeping food moving smoothly. Imagine finishing a late meal and lying down only to feel your stomach push upward, forcing your bladder to feel squeezed. Now, picture the same moment after a cup of warm ginger tea where digestion is calmer, bloating is reduced, and the bladder rests quietly. For many seniors, this small difference is the line between tossing and turning for hours or drifting into deep, uninterrupted sleep. The story of ginger is not only scientific but also cultural, weaving together traditions from East and West. In the United States, seniors often find comfort in a cup of ginger tea, sometimes blended with honey or lemon, sipped slowly in the evening. It is a simple ritual, easy to prepare and gentle on aging digestion. In India, ginger is cherished as adrak steeped in strong chai or mixed with warm milk and honey, passed down through generations as a remedy for colds, stomach troubles, and restless nights. Though the settings may differ, an American porch lit by the glow of evening lamps, or an Indian veranda filled with the scent of cardamom, the purpose is the same. Both cultures quietly trust ginger to calm the body, clear the mind, and make rest possible. So, dear listener, this is not about chasing miracles, but about rediscovering wisdom already close at hand. By adding ginger in thoughtful, gentle ways, you are not surrendering to age. You are working with your body's natural rhythms. Whether you live in Chicago or Chennai, the science and the tradition agree ginger has the power to reduce discomfort, ease digestion, and help your nights feel longer and more peaceful. The choice to begin is small, yet the reward can be life-changing because even at 70 or 80, deep sleep is still within reach. Real stories from America and India. In Texas, an elderly gentleman named Robert had almost accepted that his broken nights were part of getting old. At 74, he found himself waking up 3 times every night, carefully shuffling down the hallway, with his cane sometimes nearly losing balance on the way to the bathroom. Each morning, he felt heavier in his legs, duller in his mind, and less steady on the front porch, where he once loved to sip coffee. His daughter worried, gently reminding him that these nighttime trips could easily lead to a dangerous fall. One evening, after listening to a health talk at his community center, Robert decided to try something new: a small cup of warm ginger tea taken an hour before bed. At first, he doubted such a simple drink could change anything. But within 1 week, he noticed a difference. Instead of 3 awakenings, he rose only once. By the end of 2 weeks, he slept 5 hours straight, waking refreshed with a steadier step. He told his grandson, "It feels like my nights belong to me again." And for the first time in years, his mornings began with laughter instead of fatigue. Across the ocean in Kerala, a 72-year-old grandmother named Lakshmi had been quietly struggling with her own restless nights. For more than a year, she rose 4 times each night, clutching the rail by her bed, listening to the quiet temple bells outside, while her body refused to rest. She tried drinking less water, cutting back on her beloved evening rasam, even skipping her warm milk, yet nothing seemed to help. The fatigue began to show in her voice, and her granddaughter worried each time she saw her grandmother's tired eyes. Then one day, Lakshmi read about the calming effect of ginger combined with light evening yoga. Curious but cautious, she boiled fresh slices of ginger, added a touch of honey, and drank it slowly while sitting cross-legged on her mat. Afterward, she practiced gentle stretches, breathing deeply with each movement. That night, she slept 6 full hours without interruption, something she had not experienced in years. The following morning, she lit a small lamp before her household shrine and whispered, "My body feels alive again." Over the next month, her sleep continued to improve, and with it came renewed energy to attend local festivals and join her friends on morning walks. These stories remind us that even when sleepless nights seem unavoidable, small natural steps can make a world of difference. Whether on a quiet porch in Texas or a courtyard in Kerala, the choice to embrace ginger and gentle habits gave these seniors back their nights, their mornings, and their confidence. How to use ginger correctly to reduce nighttime urination. The first step in using ginger wisely is timing. Many seniors believe that drinking a cup of ginger tea right before lying down will help them fall asleep faster. In truth, the body needs a small window of time to absorb its soothing compounds and allow digestion to settle. The best practice is to drink it about 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime, giving the stomach enough space to process the warm liquid without creating pressure on the bladder. Imagine finishing your evening meal, tidying up the kitchen, and then slowly sipping a cup of ginger tea as you relax in your favorite chair. By the time you prepare for bed, your body has already begun to calm, and your bladder is less likely to send urgent signals during the night. Equally important is the right amount. Too much ginger may cause heartburn or restlessness, while too little might not bring meaningful relief. A balanced portion is about 1 to 2 inches of fresh ginger root sliced thinly and boiled gently in water, or 1 teaspoon of powdered ginger dissolved in warm water. This amount is enough to release the helpful compounds without overwhelming the stomach. A retired teacher in Michigan once shared that when she increased the dose too quickly, she felt mild discomfort. But when she returned to the modest 1-inch slice, her sleep improved without side effects. Consistency, not excess, is what gives ginger its quiet power. When it comes to flavor and safety, the simplest additions work best. Many seniors in both the United States and India enjoy ginger tea with a spoon of honey, which not only softens the taste but also adds gentle antibacterial benefits. A squeeze of fresh lemon may also be included for brightness, provided it is taken earlier in the evening, so the acidity does not irritate the bladder. What should be avoided? A heavy sweeteners, processed sugar, or whole milk, which can add calories, upset digestion, or even increase bladder sensitivity. A widow in Florida once admitted that she enjoyed her ginger tea with cream, only to notice that her nights became more restless. After switching to honey alone, she found her sleep settled once again. Finally, there are common mistakes that can quietly undo the benefits of this natural method. Drinking ginger tea too late in the evening often leaves the bladder filling just as you lie down, creating the very problem you hoped to avoid. Consuming it in very large amounts may cause sweating, stomach upset, or frequent bathroom trips for another reason entirely. And taking it cold, straight from the refrigerator, or after letting it cool too long, strips away the calming effect and instead shocks the digestive system. For seniors already coping with slower digestion, this can feel harsh and unsettling. A grandfather in Delhi once confessed that he drank chilled ginger water after dinner, thinking it would be refreshing, but it only increased his trips to the toilet. Once he tried the same drink warm. His body responded with calm instead of urgency. So, dear friend, the secret lies not just in using ginger, but in using it thoughtfully. A warm cup prepared with care, timed an hour before sleep, measured in modest amounts, and flavored simply with honey or lemon, can be a gentle ally against restless nights. By avoiding the common pitfalls, you protect your rest, your confidence, and your independence. And with each quiet morning that follows, you remind yourself that health at 70 or 80 is not about giving up, but about adjusting wisely and living fully. Misunderstandings and truths about nighttime. Urination. One of the most common beliefs among older adults is that waking up to urinate at night is mainly a man's problem caused by the prostate. While it is true that prostate enlargement can increase nighttime trips to the bathroom, this is not the whole story. Women, especially after menopause, also face the same struggle because the bladder becomes more sensitive and less able to hold large amounts. In fact, many older women in America and India quietly endure broken nights, but rarely talk about it, often assuming it is something they must accept. A grandmother in New Jersey once shared that she thought only her husband's prostate issues explained his nighttime awakenings. When she began waking 2 or 3 times herself, she felt embarrassed and alone. Only later did she discover that her bladder was simply more reactive with age and that she was not weak or unusual. This knowledge lifted a weight from her heart, showing her that she was not at fault and could take steps toward better rest. Another misunderstanding is the idea that drinking less water during the day will prevent the bladder from filling at night. On the surface, it seems logical: less water in, less urine out. But the body does not work this way. When seniors restrict water for too many hours, the blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and the kidneys are forced to work harder. As evening approaches, the body may suddenly push out extra fluid, causing multiple bathroom visits at night. In the summer heat of Arizona, one retired mechanic tried skipping water after lunchtime only to find himself waking 3 times each night and feeling dizzy the next morning. When he reversed his habit, drinking steadily through the morning and early afternoon, then tapering after 6, his sleep improved within days. The lesson is clear: hydration matters, but timing matters more, and balance is the key to protecting rest without sacrificing health. A final misconception is that ginger is just a kitchen spice with no real medical value. Many seniors enjoy it in cookies, curries, or chutneys, but doubt it could play a role in improving sleep or bladder health. Science, however, paints a different picture. Research has shown that ginger contains natural compounds that calm inflammation, relax smooth muscles, and even support better digestion, all of which influence nighttime comfort. In Boston, a 78-year-old man laughed when his daughter suggested ginger tea for his restless nights, calling it something for cooking, not for medicine. 2 weeks later, he admitted that the warm drink had reduced his bathroom trips and left him feeling more refreshed in the morning. Stories like his echo across continents, reminding us that simple natural remedies can offer real relief when used with wisdom. So, dear friend, misunderstandings can quietly add to our burdens, but the truth is often gentler and more hopeful. Nighttime urination is not only a man's problem, drinking less is not the answer, and ginger is far more than a spice. With the right understanding, you can approach your nights with less fear and more confidence, knowing that solutions exist and that age does not mean surrender. Lifestyle habits that support deeper sleep. 1. Of the simplest yet most overlooked habits for preventing nighttime urination is a short morning walk. Just 15 minutes of steady walking, whether around the block in an American suburb or along a quiet village path in India, helps reduce the fluid that silently collects in the legs during the day. As we age, circulation slows and a hidden swelling builds in the ankles and calves. When you lie down at night, that trapped fluid returns to the bloodstream, pushing the kidneys to create more urine exactly when you want to rest. By moving early in the day, your muscles act as natural pumps, sending excess fluid upward while the sun is still shining. A 70-year-old grandfather in Chicago found that walking each morning with his neighbor not only improved his balance, but also cut his nightly bathroom trips in half. The science is simple, but the effect on sleep and independence can feel remarkable. Another lifestyle choice with surprising influence is the way we position our bodies during rest. Sleeping on the left side, with a supportive pillow between the knees and a light pillow under the head, reduces pressure on the bladder. Heavy mattresses, high pillows, or lying flat on the back can create tension in the lower abdomen, sending false signals of urgency. Clothing matters too. Thick fabrics and synthetic materials trap heat, making the body sweat and triggering thirst at night. Cotton, on the other hand, is breathable and gentle, helping the body stay calm. A widow in Florida once confessed that she had been waking twice each night in sticky discomfort until she switched to lighter pajamas and a side sleeping posture. Within a week, she felt her nights smooth out and her mornings brighten. These small adjustments remind us that comfort is not indulgence, it is part of protecting health. Evening habits also deserve close attention. Finishing dinner before 7 in the evening gives the stomach time to digest fully and reduces pressure on the bladder once you lie down. In both American and Indian homes, the tradition of sipping soup, chai, or warm milk late in the evening feels comforting, but it also adds extra fluid that often wakes you at 2 or 3 in the morning. Shifting these drinks earlier, perhaps to late afternoon, provides the same soothing ritual without disrupting sleep. A grandmother in Delhi learned to enjoy her rasam at 5 instead of 9, and she began sleeping nearly 6 uninterrupted hours. Similarly, a retired couple in Ohio moved their evening tea to mid afternoon, finding that this one change gave them calmer nights and lighter mornings. These adjustments are not about losing tradition, but about respecting the new rhythm of an aging body. So, dear listener, deeper sleep is not only shaped by what you drink or the medicine you take. It is woven into the way you walk, the way you rest, and the time you choose to eat. By shaping these small habits with care, you create a life where the bladder grows quieter, the nights more restful, and each new morning begins with strength rather than fatigue. Safe advice for using ginger. Before you place too much hope in any natural method, it is important to remember one guiding principle. Ginger is a helpful companion, not a replacement for proper medical care. While its warming compounds can ease digestion, calm the bladder, and support restful sleep, it cannot take the place of prescribed treatments for chronic conditions. If you are managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart disease, you must continue your medications as directed. And if you notice unusual changes such as pain, blood in the urine, or sudden swelling, you should consult your doctor promptly rather than relying only on herbal remedies. A senior in New Jersey once said she almost ignored her doctor's advice because she hoped ginger tea would fix everything. Fortunately, her daughter reminded her to balance both approaches. That decision protected her health while still allowing her to enjoy the calming comfort of ginger in the evenings. A safe way to begin is to treat ginger as a short trial rather than a lifelong prescription. You might choose 1 to 2 weeks, where you prepare a modest cup of warm ginger tea, ideally 1 to 2 inches of fresh ginger or a single teaspoon of powdered ginger each evening. During this period, keep a small notebook by your bed. Write down how many times you wake at night, how rested you feel in the morning, and any changes in digestion or comfort. At the end of the trial review, what you have written. If you notice fewer bathroom trips or longer hours of sleep, ginger may be a gentle tool worth keeping. If there's little change, or if you feel new discomfort, you can easily adjust or stop. A grandmother in Mumbai tried this method and found her notes showed steady improvement after just 10 days, giving her confidence to continue. By listening carefully to both your body and your doctor, you create a balance where natural wisdom and modern medicine work together. That balance can lead to nights that are calmer, mornings that are brighter, and a heart that feels more in control. As we come to the end of this journey, let us pause and recognize a simple truth. Ginger, often sitting quietly in the corner of your kitchen, may be one of the most accessible allies for better sleep. It is inexpensive, widely available, and safe when used thoughtfully, yet its benefits reach deeply into the challenges older adults face each night. By easing inflammation, calming digestion, and reducing bladder irritation, ginger offers more than comfort. It offers the chance to reclaim the long stretches of rest that age sometimes seems to steal away. For seniors in both the United States and India, this small adjustment is not about chasing miracles, but about working with the body's natural rhythm. It is proof that health and dignity can still be protected with the simplest of choices. Now, it is your turn to take the next step. Try this gentle ginger method for just 1 week, perhaps two, and notice how your body responds. Write down how many times you wake, how refreshed you feel each morning, and how steady you are throughout the day. Then share your experience in the comments below. Your words may not only encourage someone else who struggles in silence, but also remind you that change is possible even in later years. And if you found these insights helpful, please subscribe to the channel and pass this video along to friends or loved ones who may also need a calmer night. Before we close, I want to leave you with a picture of what peaceful mornings can look like. In America, imagine grandparents sitting on their porch, sipping warm coffee as the sunrise paints the sky. In India, picture elders joining a morning festival, moving with steady steps, their faces bright with energy and joy. These are not distant dreams, they can be your reality too. May your nights grow calmer, your mornings brighter, and your days filled with strength and independence.